Good afternoon, fans. How's everybody doing? Welcome to NY Yankee Mania. What's going on a beautiful mid-afternoon day here in New York City? It is really beautiful out today. I hope everybody, wherever you are, California, Dallas, doesn't matter. I hope you're all having great day. A lot of people already in the stream. Thank you so much, everyone. Brendan Steiner will be coming on around 4:15 or so, and we're really looking forward to that, to the interview and any questions you have on collectibles or for Brendan. Please feel free to start putting them in there so I can get to them as quickly as possible. Excuse me, clearing my throat here. A couple of things I want to say. So earlier today, I did get a notification. There is some type of glitch going on in the sub when you sub. So the last 48 hours, as I've been saying, there has been some type of glitch. I'm not the only one that's getting affected. Some other created shows are getting affected too. So it is something they're working on. But please, if you subscribed in the last 48 hours, please check it and make sure you're still subscribed. Make sure it says subscribed and then press the notification button and make sure that you're being notified about all our live shows. Like, you should be notified for our 8 o'clock panel show tonight that we're gonna be having. So please, I'll remind everyone again during or at the end of this show, take a look that you are subscribed, because they did. What's happening is, for some reason, people are losing subs for no reason. Please make sure that you are subscribed. And you are able for any other show to press the notification button. Okay, so we got that out of the way. So as you know, Brendan Steiner is coming on around 4:15 today, guys. So I want to say hello to everybody that's in the chat right now, and there's a lot of you. Landon, good afternoon. Sean Browning, Stella, Richard, Michael, Wizard, how you doing? Jordy, how's it going? Let's see. We have Boxy, Waffles, Roscoe, Blue, Maxa, Ruby, Jenna, Tiny, Nelly, Maverick, Winslow, Sadie, John Wayne, Junior. Wow, what is everybody's here? Sox Bucks fan here, and everybody that's in there. I really, Junior, how you doing? Don't want to miss you. Please make sure, Dragon, how you doing? Want to make sure that you've all subscribed, please. Another note. Remember, when we get to 500 subs, we're going to have a giveaway. It's a 3-tier giveaway. Third prize on a trivia question is going to be $25. Second prize is going to be $50, and first prize is going to be $100. Now, a very easy way to get your prize. Please download, if you already have it, Venmo or Zelle, like this, with your telephone number that you give me. 123, it will go in there, and you can get to enjoy your prize ASAP. So I definitely suggest that, so we don't have to touch the mail or anything like that. That is the easiest and best way to get it to you guys. So we'd really like, we're looking forward, but we got to get to 500 subs, guys. And what a bad time to have this glitch going on. But keep looking, and if you have been pushed off, please subscribe again. We'd really appreciate it. Now, a couple of things that are going on today. So after this stream, we are going to have a show at 8 p.m. A special show for you, the panel. I put in the chat, and you'll see there joeyankees28@gmail.com. If you call, if you leave a message, leave a number, and you're interested in coming up and talking to us tonight, we will have Chef Nick here. More than likely, he just texted me to say that there's an opening, so he may be able to come on and speak to the fans too. We should have Sean Browning. We should have Evan. So we're going to have a full crew here to talk to you, and I will bring you guys up probably one by one. And that's again, if you're shy, you can press a button where we could just hear your voice, but that's totally up to you. I give you guys the option. You can make believe it's like radio, so we can do that. Also, we will at 6:15. Ken from The Ugly Truth is going to have he's going to go over, do a passageway to the Yankees and the Tigers. Going to talk about the 3-game series. Then he's going to open up the panel. So anybody that wants to go on there at 6:15, you can do that. 8 o'clock, you come here, and then he's going to be doing the play-by-play of the Red Sox against the Athletics tonight. So implications for the Yankees. So hopefully the Athletics will have something in them tonight to beat the Red Sox. That would be great. That would be awesome. So that's going to happen. We'll see. We'll see how things go. And but that's what's happening today, folks. Just wanted to give you an update. And as far as tonight's games, we got the Royals and the Guardians at 6:40 Eastern. This is all Eastern time. The Nationals and Marlins 6:40. The Mets and the Phillies, big series that could tell the story for first place once and for all. 6:45. The Cubs and the Braves 7:15. Milwaukee Brewers and Texas Rangers 8:05. Twins and Angels 9:38. We have the Reds and the Padres 9:40. Big series. Cardinals and the Mariners 9:40. The Diamondbacks and the Giants 9:45. And the Red Sox and the Athletics at 10:05. And the Rockies and the Dodgers at 10:10. So those are your scores right now of what's going on. Let's see what you guys have to say in the chat. Let's start with Molly. I'm sure ready for the Marlins to win and the Cowboys to win. Big time to see Judgy. Yep, Molly. Yeah, we do. I think we talked about it this morning, Molly. We all want to see. We're all hoping that Judge is he is healthy. He's showing some signs of coming out of it. But I don't think it's a question of a slump. I really believe that arm is bothering him. But he's a trooper, and he wants to continue to play. And so Molly, we would love it if you come up tonight. Come up to the open panel. We don't do it a lot of times right now because it's so busy. So we have an opening. So if you'd like to come on, please don't be shy. Come on the show and we'll have a good time. You talk to the panel, talk your views, talk about the Marlins, talk about the Cowboys, talk about Aaron Judge, whatever you'd like. So I'm really putting it out there for you. Let's see. We got Hank. Hey, Duggan, how you doing? Sean Browning says, Richard, I like that you refer to them as the old name. Okay. All right, Michael. Crochet is starting for the Red Sox tonight, so I expect that Boston will win this game. Michael, anything's possible. You never know. He may be off on his game tonight. Who knows? Nothing's etched in stone. Nothing at all. All right, I have that already. Let's move up. Richard. I like that everyone says that the teams in their post. I will too. Go Redskins and Nationals. All right. Keep it going, guys. Keep it going. Maddie. Let's see. Maddie. It's go. Hi. It's gonna. Let's go Colts and Texas Rangers. Okay, interesting combo. Let's see. Milky1234 says he's going. Let's see what. Let's go Dolphins, Marlins, baby. Let's get it going. Okay, great. Then we have Brenner. Hello to Marlins, baby. Let's go Seahawks. I want to get each and every one of you, man. Sure. Michael is due. Michael is due to the YouTube glitch. Yeah, definitely. The glitch. Thank you, Sean, for bringing that up again. There is a glitch. So in the last 48 hours, anybody that has subscribed to NY Yankee Mania or to a lot of contents, please be aware that you may think that you subscribe, but you're not. So you've got to go back and check it and make sure that you'll see that you're subscribed and your notifications work. So thank you, Sean, for that. Not a fan of banning. Thank you. They are good friends of Landon. It's great he's part of this team. Yes, yes, it is. I'm really, really excited. And thank you for rah-rahing Landon. Landon will be on our panel tonight. He's going to be coming on. Been a pleasure to talk to him off the air. What a nice guy. Nice guy to talk to. Very pleasurable, and we'd love to get his insight as a panel member. Let's see. I'm going to call you Big K. How you doing? Straight Power. Good afternoon from Phoenix, Arizona. Yeah, how you doing? And if you subscribe, can please check and resubscribe if you've been pushed off. I appreciate that. Back to Michael. You sure have a lot of new people here. Hey, Michael. Yeah, this is great. I'm very, very happy and excited. The site saying and I know you have more than that. I know, Michael, that's there are more than that, and they may be subscribed, but I'm not seeing it. So you still may be subscribed, but you got to check it. Or what you can do, guys, unsubscribe and then resubscribe immediately, and that might help. I'm not sure, because I should be getting more notification to see what's going on, but I am not the only one that this is happening to. So I've been alerted that there are other creators that they are losing subs. So that's why I'm saying check to see what happened. I mean, these things happen. I mean, what are you going to do? It's all airwaves. Stella, Joe, you got any questions about Paul G? I'm here. Yes, Stella. I actually do. Like I said, if you'd like to come on, I would really, really would like that, Stella. That would be great. Again, if you don't want to be seen, I believe there's a button, and we can make believe you're calling in a radio station. People have done that. It's not a big deal, because I don't want to start getting into something because Brendan Steiner should be coming on any time now. And I want to give him the time and the effort and not make him wait. He's the star. And but Stella, yeah, I would appreciate that if you could email me, or if you're a friend of Landon, he can give you the information and to get in touch with me, and we'll work out a time for tonight. That would be great. Believe me, you'll have a good time. There's nothing to be nervous about or not wanting to come on. So thank you. Let's say Wizard, how you doing? The Giant fan, the chat, we won. We win. Oh, we won. All right, Wizard, how you doing? What's cooking with you? Jordy, how's it going, my big guy? Good afternoon, Jordy. Hope you're doing well. Boxy, heavy us Bills, one baby, go White Sox. Wow, that's a nice combination. The Bills and the White Sox. Awesome. Waffles is back. How you doing, Waffle Man? Go Mets, go New York Giants. Hello all. Hey, what's doing, Waffle? You got a big series, as you know, why don't you come on with us tonight and let's talk about it. Give me an email, chat with your name and everything. With your number. I'll call you back and we'll set a time and I will send you the link. Anybody that I talk to, if you agree to come on, you will get the link to come on the show. So that you will get as we hang up talking later. Let's see we have here. We have Blue. How you doing, Blue? What's going on with you? Let's see. What are you saying? Choo, choo, choo. Hey, Maxwell, we're beating you tonight. Go Bears and Cubs. You got it. Then we have, let's see who else we have here. Maxer, go Vikings, go Twins. How is it done? You got it. How you doing? What's going on? And then there's Rubble. How you doing? We already got an email done. We all share the same email with Landon and all go Yankee fans. All right, Jenna. Yeah, my Bengals won and my Reds having themselves a day. All right. So let's keep it going, guys. Tiny, good afternoon from Green Bay, Wisconsin. Well, let's have a good time and party. How to do it, man. Go Pack, go Brewers. Yeah, your Brewers are having some year, man. Unbelievable. I tip my hat off to you guys. You guys are having a wonderful, fantastic year. And who knows, maybe Yankees Brewers World Series. That would be nice. That would definitely be nice. What do you think, guys? I wouldn't mind. Damon, welcome to the show. Let's see. Let's go to Jake. No, let's go to, okay. He just posted the same email as Landon. Okay. Jake. Exactly. Damon, welcome to the stream. Hank, welcome to the stream, Hank. What do we got here? Cheeseburger. You got it, baby. And an A's fan. Hank, come on. Your team has to beat the Red Sox tonight. What do you think? Let's do this. Let's see. Jacob Petruzzi. There he is. They're fake, Joe. Okay. Okay. I'm not really sure what that means, but okay, I'll go with it. But there is a glitch, Jacob. There definitely is a glitch. Okay, Jacob, Joe, those guys are bolts. Now, who are you talking about, Jacob? The people on the stream right now, or the people that had supposedly an account? Let me know. All right. Let's see here. What's cooking, Joe? What's cooking in my offense? Cooking the Giants. All right, there you go. Let's see. What do we have here? Okay, you're reading lots of fake accounts. All right. Well, if it's fake accounts, guys, just do me a favor and, just be fair with us. There's no reason for this. Let's see. It is being worked on. So if they are accounts, they are going to be pulled. Well, there's a possibility, Jacob. I may do that. We might be able to do that. So let me see how it goes. If things don't change, then I will do that. Email me, everyone. Jacob, not fan of banning, and Jacob. Damon. We will talk about this. Let's see. What we got? Okay, thank you, Jacob. Yeah, we'll work on it. We'll work on this. We'll work on it. I promise. Thank you, Manning. I appreciate it. All right. Well, anyway, what are you guys feeling about the New York Yankees? Let's talk a little Yankees right now. It's a big 3-game series. It's a big 3-game series coming up against the Tigers. How you guys feeling about that? What do you think? Um, what do you think about this? And I believe the Yankees are going to win 2 out of 3, and we'll go from there. I don't know. A lot of people are saying 3 out of 3. A lot of people are saying the Yankees aren't in the same ballpark, and all of that. So let's see how that goes, and we'll take it from there. But I really do think that the Yankees are making the turn. Things are looking a lot stronger, a lot better right now. So and all these wannabes who think that the Yankees are cooked or this and that, are just you got to give them a chance. I know we gave them 5 months, but it looks like they're really putting it together, guys. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. All right, Stella. Yeah, Stella, if you want to talk about Paul G, go ahead. Let's talk about it. Send me something, and I'll put it up here for you. If we win the series, I will be very happy, but my cats won't be. Okay, awesome. Sean Browning saying 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3 from Sean Browning. Jordy, last time they smacked us around, but this team is different now. Yeah, Jordy. I think we have obviously we have a better bench. We have a bullpen that's a little certified now. Our pitching has gotten better. So there is some good stuff going on there. So we just have to wait and see how things go. So, but I truly believe the Yankees have turned the corner. As I said to you guys, the 12 games, the Yankees, when it's all said and done, will have three. We'll have a 3-game over 500 streak, and I really believe that. So let's see how that goes, and that should be I don't know. I'm just happy that the Yankees are more than likely going to be in the playoffs. As you could see, actually, guys, I was told that the magic number right now is actually 13 and not 12. So my mistake. That has to be changed. So I don't have it up there, but it is 13, not 12, according to the the stats and Major League Baseball. So I did find that out today. So my bad. I had 12, but we got to see. So my bad. They are 13 away from securing a playoff spot, not 12. Let's see. Can they get more than 90 wins? Possibility. I mean, they really have to play flawless. I mean, they have got to play really good ball. I mean, I'm not even concerned about that right now. Every win is big, and every win gets you closer to the playoffs. So if it is, that's fantastic. If it isn't, doesn't matter. How many teams have won the World Series and won under 90 games? There have been a few throughout the year. So that's great. That's really good. All right, Stella, if you send me a fact, then in the email. So rather to go to it now, I will dissect it, and I'll give you kudos for the on the 8 o'clock show, 8 o'clock Eastern show that we're going to have, And if you could come up, great, or at least be in the chat so we can thank you. I appreciate that. Michael, let's go back to Michael. Let's see what we got. The best thing about magic numbers is they can go up and they only can and cannot go down. That's pretty good. I like that. Let's see. You sent it in the chat. Okay. Let's see. Oh, okay. We got it. All right. So here's from Stellar about Paul G. He's good at hitting, left-handed pitching. He's a team player. He's really a nice player to talk to, and he's helped my Cardinals a whole lot. Great, Stella. Thank you. I appreciate that. So you definitely like him in the playoffs against left-handed pitching. So that's going to be big for the Yankees. I guess they're going to go Paul G and Ben Rice, obviously, for first base. So I don't think there should be a problem with that. Thank you, Stella. Appreciate that very much. Other than Scubo, Tiger pitching has not been that good. Yeah, and even he's been hittable also, Michael. So that that's another thing to consider. Another one. Well, Damon, as he said this morning, they have to win the division. Okay, Damon, I'm not going to fight you on it. I'm not going to debate it. I do want the division, but like I said, as long as we're in the playoffs, I'm okay. The Yankees cannot beat the Red Sox in the wild card if they want to win the World Series. All right, but that's not etched in stone, Damon. Everybody can have – listen, Crochet can be beat. Bello, I have seen him get hit by the Yankees in the past. He happened to pitch a couple of good games. Okay, we give it to him. But you know what? The third time may not be a charm. We may do it, and all it takes is our pitching to stay focused. We try to get 3 or 4 runs and let it hold, because you got to get a run no matter what to win 1-0, 2-1, 10-9. It doesn't matter. So let's just see. Let's see. I'm not going to call that as hopeless and that we can't beat the Red Sox. It can't be. We got to go with. Listen, there are other years that the Yankees lost, like the first 9 to the Red Sox, came back even when it was 18, 19 games. So it's crazy. It really is. But we'll see. We'll see how it transpires. Landon, Damon, are you already caught? I'm real, but my friends are pretend. They were actually dogs. Landon, you are kidding around, right? All right. Let's go. Let's move on. The Yankees have not hit Bello at all recently. Okay. Well, Michael, there's always a next time. Yeah, right, Michael. I totally agree with you. I don't expect any easy playoff matches either. I really don't. I'm just flabbergasted and and see how things are going and all of that. Hey, Charles, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Well, I'd like to bring up Sean Browning for a little bit. We're still waiting on Brendan Steiner to come on. Hopefully he'll be on in the next couple of minutes. Brendan, how you doing? Sean, I'm sorry, Brendan. How you doing? My mind is all over the place. How's it going?
No worries. It's going all right. And hey,
Cool.
if you need to drop me down when he does get here, I have no problem with that. So
no, thank you. I appreciate that. As I mentioned, Sean, there is some type of glitch going on as far as the subs. I don't know. I think you might want to say something about that. Please feel free.
yeah, I mean, unfortunately, YouTube is having a glitch that's affecting multiple content creators and as far as subscriptions and kicking the people off, you guys can just if it does happen to you, just subscribe, and then yeah, just be patient during this whole process while all tries to figure out. Um, it's no one's fault other than unfortunately, with software and technology, you're prone to glitches. So
I know, I appreciate that. So yeah, we'll get this ironed out, and also all I can say is go back in there, check it out, and check out if you're still subscribed. If you're still subscribed, great. Just press that notification button, press the like button, and that would be great. So we are going to get to the bottom of it, and the YouTube people and all the production will figure this out, and they'll weed out everything that should not be there, and all of that. So it's beyond our control, but in the next, I believe, the next 24 hours, things will change. So just wanted to make sure everybody knows that. I just appreciate everything people do for us. Thank you very, very much. I don't want to keep beating this down. We're going to let this, play out, and let's go on with the show, and hopefully, like I said, Sean, we'll fix this up, this glitch, and we can move on. So, but so the Red Sox are playing the Athletics tonight, and actually, Ken, the Ugly Truth is going to be doing the game. What do you feel? What do you feel with this Red Sox A series?
well, hopefully, athletics can be a pain to the Red Sox, and beat them. But yeah, I mean, I think this is going to be an interesting deal. I mean, athletics are a pesky team that won't winning. I mean, and I know that they're in the whole nomadic period of in between Oakland and Las Vegas, playing in Sacramento. But in the Red Sox, they've actually had a decent year. I mean, and they're retooling, rebuilding while competing. So it's going to be an interesting series, and then um, hopefully we can see what we can and prepare a game strategy for when we face them next.
Yeah, exactly. Now, as far as the Tigers go, do you think they're beatable? Do you think that where do you see the Tigers right now? They started out like a house on fire, and now they've come a little down to earth. Where do you see them in the scheme of things?
I know. I see right now they're beatable. Remember how we were about what, a month and a half ago, 2 months ago? Um, well, we couldn't get out of our own way, and that's kind of what the Tigers are going through right now. I mean, Scooble is still a great pitcher. Flaherty is still a good pitcher, but he's old. And injuries have kind of riddled, but their offense has kind of come back down to earth a little while. But like you said, early on in the season, for a majority of the season, they were having one of the best, if not the best, record in the majors for a while. I mean, they were competing with the Dodgers and the Cubs for the beginning of the season for the best record. But yeah, they're scuffling right now. They're beatable, but we have to play the game. We have to execute on our part.
Yeah, no, oh, without a doubt, without a doubt. So what do you see? What do you see us going from here? Do you? And so I think you mentioned today 2 out of 3. So are you still feeling that way? How are you feeling about that?
No, yeah, I'm still feeling like we're gonna take 2 out of 3. I'm confident. Um, and yeah, like I've always been saying, it comes down to execution between foul line to foul line. Um, but yeah, I mean, there's no reason we can't take 2 out of 3 this series. The way we've been playing and the way the team's been playing together and the way our pitching has gone deep into games. Um, I don't see a reason why we don't win 2 out of 3. And the only reason I'm not saying a sweep is because um we're going against good pitching for 2 games, and one of the games is one of our young guns, and he prone to get hit. Warren gets hit a lot of times in the first inning, and you can tell whether it's gonna be a bad game or a decent game with how bad the first inning is.
Gotcha. All right. Well,
I
let's
mean,
see. Let we got to go from somewhere. And again, if we could take 2 out of 3 from every series, then that's going to be a score. And we go on. And then there's a lighter part of the schedule. So
right.
that is definitely going to be a lot of fun. And we'll see how things go and with that. Now let's go around the league a little bit. Um, does it surprise you that the Mets are where they are? They probably will win the third wild card spot. Do you think they're better than that? Do you think that the pitching they worried so much about Soto? They gave him all that money. Let's discuss a little bit about what's going on with the Mets.
Well, with the Mets, am I too surprised? I'm not surprised they're at where they're at because I was skeptical when they announced that when they signed Clay Holmes, and then they announced that they were going to convert him to being a starter
Mhm.
full time, and I was like, he's a reliever. He doesn't. He normally doesn't go, but how's that gonna work? But to his credit, he started out pretty well, but true to form, he's come back down to earth. And then remember they were out. Mania was out for injury in the beginning of the season, or Mania. Um, and they had a lot of issues with their starting rotation. Senga, Kodai Senga hasn't lived up to the hype coming out of Japan fully, or he's been injured. Um, but also they gave so much money to Soto, but they didn't really try to fix other things. And then you remember they were lowballing Mr. Alonso, the franchise Met homegrown guy. But they were lowballing this guy. Um, I mean, they did finally
What do you
sign him.
Well, what do you think? What do you think about Holmes?
No,
You think,
Holmes is a decent pitcher, but I just didn't see how he was gonna be a starter. And right now, he's kind of really floundered. Um, because remember he was cardiac as a cardiac Clay with us. You know, he couldn't be locked down in this closer situation. But I mean, he's been a relief pitcher, what most of his career in the majors.
right?
So you know, and then I was part of why I was skeptical is you know you doing that to him, and we did that to what's his name Nestor Cortez that one year, and then he pitched a career year and doubled or tripled his innings, and then he had shoulder issues after that, and then he just wasn't the same.
Exactly. No, I agree with you. But what about bullpen? When they got the closer from the Cardinals, he has not pitched well for them at all. What do you make of that? Do you think it's just a change of atmosphere? I mean, and he's on his walk year.
Yeah, I part of it I think is a combination of things because he did kind of struggle with the cards, but he's a good pitcher. But the problem is it's adjustment to New York. Um, Although you think that because he pitched in St. Louis, he'd be used to the pressure. Um, but they were retooling, rebuilding um over there, and yeah, I don't know if he just is more of a smaller market pitcher. Like he could thrive in a smaller market, like let's say the Brewers. Um,
Right.
but New York is a different environment. Just the way the media is, every little thing can be hyper analyzed. And but I mean, he's a good pitcher. He's got great stuff. He was a guy I seriously wanted. It. I mean, Bednar was my number one option, but Hesley was another guy I wanted for a while on the Yankees. But right now, he's just struggling. Hey, will he figure it out? That's to be determined. But it could be from overuse with the Cardinals, and it could also be just adjusting between teams right now. And unfortunately, he's going to pay the price with the free agency because of having a down year.
Got you. Oh, Michael says the Mets are asking their young pitchers to fix their starting rotation, which has been bad the entire season. That is asking a lot. Yeah, I totally agree with that. They didn't focus on that very well, Sean.
I
That
know.
was, they're thinking, their lineup would bring them all the way back, and boom.
Mhm.
But on the other hand, Michael's saying, thank goodness the Yankees got Bednar and not Helmsley.
That is
What do
true.
Yeah,
Um, that is true, 100%, Michael. But also to your point, I mean, they let Luis Severino walk, in his free agency, and then like I said, they had injuries with Mania. They let Taiwan Walker walk a couple years ago, and he was a decent pitcher with them. Um, but no, and then you had issues with Kodai Senga, and then and then you tried the conversion project with Clay Holmes, and then you had all these other young guns in your rotation, and it was just a patchwork. And the problem with patchwork, it only holds so long before the tape starts to fall away.
yeah, exactly. Jake, yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, I don't have any control of no, Brendan Steiner. I'm sure he's held up with some very important things going on. Uh, we're going to stay on here a little longer. We're trying our best, and worst comes to worst, if you guys got to leave the stream, you can always go back and view the interview a little bit later on. So, thank you for being on. Apologize, but like I said, he could be on a conference call. There could be a lot of things going on, and that's why he's not on the stream right now. But we will wait a little bit while longer, and if not, I'm sure we'll reschedule. And I apologize, but it's beyond our control that he doesn't come on. Let's see what else. What else? Yeah. So yeah, I mean, really, I just hope that it is just a small little detail with the Yankees as far as this pitching in the bullpen. That's just my worry. I mean, what do you do? Where do you go 7th, 8th, and 9th at this point? What would you do if you were Boone right now? And forget about analytics. Who would you go 7, 8, and 9 at this point?
Cool
Really?
hand Luke,
Good.
Mister Cool hand Luke.
Okay.
Luke Weaver, and that would probably be my seventh. Eighth would be Fernando Cruz, and then ninth is Bednar. Um, Duval, I just wouldn't trust him unless you got a big league, and even then, it would be a short leash. Um, and then Williams, uh, he just doesn't have the control, and the problem is he's got two pitches, and you see the hitters are sitting that airbender, and then he's not that that fastball. It it loses its effectiveness the more you throw it, and so you know unfortunately for him, he's just not cutting it out here in New York. I was excited for the trade when we got Williams, but he hasn't handled the closing role and he hasn't handled the high leverage situations at all this year. Um, a few times, the few bright spots when he was locked in, he's good, but you know, those two guys are low leverage guys. And then sometimes I'd be trusting Mark Leiter more than I trust Devin Williams, unfortunately. And that's saying much, because Mark Leiter hasn't been consistent. Um, but he's been decent. But the three guys I would use for 7, 8, 9 is Weaver, um, Cruz, and Bednar. I mean, Cruz is that nasty split finger. Woo! Good luck trying to hit that.
Yeah, that's true. If he's on, if
He's
he's
on.
on and when he's on, oh my God, I can't believe it. He's just really, really amazing. He really is. I
Yeah.
don't know. It's like, wow. I don't know. He's just and Bender too. He was sent down from the Pirates a little while, and that shook him up, I guess, and that really propelled him to be one of the best now. And that's what I was saying. You see, like the Mets, they sent down their catcher. He came back like a house on fire. Unfortunately, he got hurt again. And that's why I didn't think it was a bad idea if they would have sent Volpe or Wells down for a couple of weeks or a week,
Yeah.
and then and then come back. So the Yankees chose not to do that. Let him get the headaches out of the way while he's up here. So I don't know. We'll see. We just have to wait and see. Your feelings on that. Did you want him to come up right away? How was your feeling on that?
Who? Bednar or
Um, no. Are you okay that they didn't send either Volpe or Wells down when they had the chance, and they could have gotten like 100 at bats down there, and then come back up and like a house on fire, like the Met catcher did?
well, with Wells, part of me wanted to, you know, send him down, but then the thing is, you would have risked you having one of the young hot hands in the minors, like Rodriguez, Jesus Rodriguez, when he had that hot stretch. I wouldn't have minded him coming up, and then, but it would have been a risk, a gambit. Um, so I understand with Wells why they didn't bring him, and also I understood too with Volpe. Even though I wanted Volpe to go down, the problem was there's nobody there to replace him. And for most of the season, up until the trade deadline, look at our bench. You got
No,
Peraza, who barely had a bat. Um, you had Bivas, you know, who was out of necessity, especially after Cabrera went down. And yeah, um, so you really didn't have much options, and I could understand why the Yankees just had to. They almost had no choice to ride out with the two guys struggling. Um, but and then it was kind of a head scratcher when we traded all those catching depth. But we got good pieces now, and I still, I wouldn't be surprised. But it's too late now to try and send them down. But yeah, I wouldn't have minded doing that if it was Volpe. But the problem was we didn't have anybody to play short in the meantime.
right. Well, I don't know. It's a situation that maybe the Yankees thought better just leave them up and let's move on from there. But I want to touch on another team. What do you think about? I know the Dodgers had a lot of injuries, but are you surprised that it's this close? Are you surprised with what surprised you so far in any team? And what was your like? Wow, I can't believe this.
Well, okay, one, the stretch that the Brewers are on right now really kind of surprised me because early on in the season, I mean, we demolished them in the first series, and then they were, treading water for a little bit, and they were having all these issues. But now they're like, they went on this crazy run, and they got the best record in the majors right now. Um, the what surprised me too is the Dodgers have floundered, and the Padres. I kind of knew going in the season, like it was normally, that either the Padres or the Diamondbacks would give the Dodgers a hard time in the division in the NL West, and so far they have. But the problem is there's so many injuries to both the Diamondbacks and the Dodgers, and then the Padres are kind of like scuffling right now, and they had their chance, their opportunity to take the division. Also, one that surprised me too was the Cubs and the Reds had great years, even if they're struggling to get the wild card now. But they just get off to some of these teams got off to hot starts, and then they kind of just really cooled off.
Yeah, exactly. I want to answer Dennis. Hey guys, hope all is well. Did I miss the interview? No, Dennis. Unfortunately, Brendan has not come on yet. Something everybody's busy, and I think he's caught up with something. We were told that he would have come on by 4:30, and we're headed to 5 o'clock. So I think we're probably going to have to reschedule. We're going to stay on for a little bit longer because we are going to come back at 8 o'clock with the panel stream and all that. So we're going to wait a couple of more minutes, but I would probably guess that we're going to have to reschedule with Brendan for this time around. So thank you, and you did not miss anything. And of course, if you do miss something, don't worry about it because you'll always get it in the in NY Yankee Mania the video. So on the video for that day. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. But go ahead, Sean. I didn't mean to interrupt. I just wanted to
Well,
answer Dennis if he was waiting.
yeah, no, that's no problem. And then the other thing that really blew my mind was the struggles that the Orioles have had. You know, they went from winning 100 games to or not 100 games, but winning so many games and being a pest, being a great team the last couple of years to just really, really struggling. Um, so yeah, it just but it shows you that baseball is a hard sport, that anything can happen, and that and any team can go on a run at any time during the season, and really turn their season around. Um, I mean, for instance, the Yankees, we went through what, a 2 month stretch, a month and a half, where we wanted to fire everybody on the team. Um, you know, we were ready to get pitchforks and stand out in front
Right.
of Brian Cashman's home, but but the Yankees have pulled it together. They play really well, and yeah, a lot of these teams. So this playoffs, regardless if you gets in both sides, AL and NL, the playoffs is going to be really good. Um, and it will be really fun to watch.
Oh yeah, no, I agree with you 100%. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think it's open ended. I really think that it's going to be a lot of fun. So, and I
Yeah.
think it's going to, let's hope, what's cooking and it should be a lot of fun. I think the Yankees are going to make noise. There's no question about that, and it happens. So people in the email here. Yeah, you didn't miss any. You didn't miss the Brendan Steiner interview. He's been held up with a few things, and he was originally for 4 o'clock. Then we were told 4:30, but we are getting to 5 o'clock now. We're an hour in the stream, and we will probably we were hoping we could reschedule with Brendan because there are a few things that are going to go on, and I will be back at 8 p.m. Maybe if we could schedule something for 8 p.m., that would be great. Staying on a couple of more minutes, guys. But there is another show to do. Let's see, Richard. Hi guys, baseball is a joke. The way it is, Sean said. The way it is, Sean says now the Yankees are playing great. He forgot about how they went out and got four new pitches to bolt from their for to be good for their other teams for other teams. You want to respond to that?
Well, to your point, Richard, yeah, we needed a lot of help, and Cashman was aggressive this trade deadline. And it wasn't just the pitching. We got, Caballero and Rosario and Slater shored up our bench that was pretty much non-existent bench that we had. Um, so he strengthened that, and then we got Ryan McMahon to man the hot corner. Can't forget about him. And then, like you said, the we got what Bednar, Duval, and um, Bird, and yeah, those three guys, um, pitching wise, only two of them. Well, one of them has really helped. Out of those pitchers that we got at the trade deadline, but Fernando Cruz has just really been a lifesaver, especially now. And then unfortunately, when we lost what 2/3 of our rotation to injury, and our starting rotation has been holding it together, holding their own. And our offense has powered us through a lot of the wins, but at the same time, they were inconsistent game to game. Um, and yeah, there's a lot of things were going wrong, but now the team is playing together as a whole. Our starting pitching is going deep into games, 6 innings uh, per start, or getting into the 6 inning. And, with the bullpen on paper that we have, we should have no issues, but we do have the struggles in Williams and Duvall. But Fernando Cruz and Weaver are helping shore those issues. And when we work on those other issues, because our bullpen should be able to hold leads, especially when we got a 6-run lead. When we go into the bullpen, we shouldn't have to have an anxiety attack when we're up 6 runs.
Yeah, right, exactly. Well, I think we have some good news for you guys. Brendan Steiner, I think I see him down there below. How you doing, big guy? Give me a thumbs up if you're ready to come on. Awesome. All right, we are going to have the interview, guys. So hang tight. Just give it a second. We really appreciate Brendan coming on for us, and that is awesome. So we're going to bring him on. What do you call? So Sean, we'll talk to you in just a bit. Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you so much. You're great. We'll see you in a little while. Thank you.
All right. See it.
All right. Without any further ado, we're going to bring up world-renowned guru of collectibles and an incredible person in the sports world, very respected, Brendan Steiner. Let's bring him up. How you doing, big guy?
Everything's amazing. Thanks for asking. Just doing great, man. Just living the dream, trying to keep up with these Yankees, not getting too depressed about it.
Oh boy, here we
Um,
go. Here we go. Nah,
I'm
you don't
I'm
want to.
I'm a lot more I'm a lot more of a realist. Like I feel like the whole league is really in the same boat we're in. I don't think there's any more privilege here for us. So I think when you look around the league, I think that winning is really hard. The game has gotten really complicated in how it gets played with injuries. It's gotten complicated with every market having a lot more money than ever before. So it's not like you just outspend people. Um, it's not like what it used to be where you just throw a bunch of extra money on it and you can fix it. You really got to have player development. You got to get lucky with your character, your guys you're bringing in, and hope that they mesh. I'm all right with our situation. I'm all right with the fact that maybe we're not going to win championships every other year. I know people don't like that. I don't know. I think it's delusional to expect it, but to know that your team could win, even in the way we played over the summer, we still have one of the best records in baseball. And to be honest with you, we're competitive. It wouldn't shock me to be in the World Series again, fighting for a championship. It wouldn't surprise me to be in the ALCS Game 7, fighting to go to the World Series. And that's what you want from your team. You want them to have a chance. You think about the amount of teams over the last 15 years, even though we've only won one World Series, that have not even had a chance come August, September to have this conversation. So as long as my team and the management behind my team gives me a chance every year, that's the fun part of it all. Of course, you want to win, but it makes the winning that much more special when it happens.
Oh, definitely, without a doubt. Now, I wanted to ask you, if you don't mind, how did your dream get started here, Brendan? When did you decide this is the path you were going to go? Because I know the fans would be are very interested. When did this all start for you? Um, Regular school, high school? When did it all happen? When did the dream start?
I know it's easy for people to look at like that, but first of all, when I was in high school and college, there was no sports business. There was no
Hmm.
trading card business, no autograph. I mean, people collected. I did. I lived with a football player in college, and I think the dream started there because George Steinbrenner had come up to Syracuse to speak. Of course, I was
Hmm.
right in the front row. I was a big Yankee fan, and so I love George, and I just loved the whole aura and his whole thing. It was pretty cool, and he was the first one to say this sport thing is a business, and I run my
Hmm.
team like a business. It was like, wow, nobody was talking like that.
You're
Now
right.
again, that's almost 50 years ago in 1978. But I mean, I think the dream has always been to just do something that's no one else is doing. I just want to clarify, like, I didn't have this big dream about having a sports business and meeting players. I had a dream about being an entrepreneurial and finding a solution. And that would be because I think that sometimes people focus on the money and how much money you can make. And I always focus on the coolness of an opportunity. I always think like if you could find a cool job, I think sometimes it could supersede the money. And then if you can find a cool job that ultimately, if you're really good at, you have an indication that maybe you could be really good at something, even though people looking at it like you're crazy. When I got in the sports business, people look at me like I'm crazy. How are you going to make a living doing that? People are going to buy autograph stuff. People are going to buy cards, collectibles. People are going to hire a player. But I had
Oh
an early
yeah.
indication way before I started Steiner, even let alone Collectible Exchange. Back in the '80s, had an early indication that I was working with Walt Frazier, and I hired him to be a spokesman for our sports bar, and
Wow. Okay.
worked with him 3 days a week. Was paying him $2,000 a month.
Wow.
And I was just working him like magic. I was just feeling it. I feel like I could promote with this guy. Now, granted, he was a big name and a phenomenal guy to work with. So I think the dream happens in a whole bunch of ways. But my dream was just to do something no one else was doing, to do something that was cool, that would be fun. And then it wasn't anything particular specific other than that.
Yeah. No. That's awesome. Now I wanted to ask you. I'm pretty sure I'm right in this, but if you don't mind, your high school was that in Brooklyn?
Yes, of course. I'm a Brooklyn guy. I went to John Dewey High School in Coney
And that's
Island.
where I went.
Pass fail. Now the school started, I think, in '69. I went there in '77.
That's when I went.
Spike Lee went. I was the
Yep.
treasurer of the high school, by the way. It's pass fail, very experimental with a lot of different approaches to learning.
Yes.
Very grateful to go to this school. This is perfect what I needed. It really taught me the importance of learning and not so much on the grade. I tell
Yes.
kids all the time, like, don't worry about how much you can make. Worry about what you can build. Don't worry about your grades. Worry about what you can learn and what you're not interested in learning. One of the things is like your gift is finding what comes easy to you and hard to most. What I loved about Dewey is it really gave you an opportunity to try a bunch of things, and you were
Yes.
able to figure out what came easy to you and what clearly wasn't going to be a good fit for you. And that's what Dewey did for me. There was a bunch of stuff like there's no way I could pursue a career in a whole bunch of these things, but I tried it. And then there was a bunch of stuff that I could see that I could accelerate in that I'd be really good at if I started pursuing and go in that direction.
Now, still to this day, I am very close with a few of the teachers. And I think one of them,
The
uh,
center.
yeah, well, the center, of course, but one of them, do you remember? He did sociology of sports. Do you remember Mike Lustig?
Of course, Michael is a
Yeah.
legend. I wasn't that close with him compared to other teachers, but he was amazing. Very popular teacher, very close. Those days you had a lot of relationships with teachers. You saw them
Yes.
outside of class. You went out, partied with them, all
Yep.
that stuff. But of
Yep.
course,
We
you were
went
allowed to
to
drink at
Yankee
the age.
games.
Yeah,
We went to Yankee games. Are you
yeah,
kidding? I don't
yeah.
know if you remember, but a couple of times in Dewey, they put on the loudspeaker my morning Yankee show. It was called actually Yankees Today, Today Yankees
Wow, I love
on
that. That's
W. It
cool.
was 105.9 FM, which is now a classical station here in New York City. And
That's
but yeah, because I remember you were in at least two of my classes, and that was amazing. I mean, oh my God, yeah. And what language did you take up in
Well, the
Dewey?
language that I tried to take up because English was enough of a battle was French, and that didn't go over very well. I mean, I really struggle with English. I struggle with French, but I took Zogby's class, advanced literature, Shakespeare. I tried everything,
Wow.
man. I knew that wasn't for me, but I tried it. So it was. But I can't even imagine what I was like in high school. I mean, you want to reflect on what your
Oh, I
view on
remember
that. I mean,
you.
if you
I remember you in the class. I definitely remember you. But that is so. What a small world, right? I mean, the world we live in is incredible. So from there, so you realize your dream, and then we all know you as Steiner Sports and the amazing things that you did.
thank you.
And there was one story on Yes that was amazing. When you got the letter from a son, and you did with the father, you brought him all his dreams.
Yeah, that
And
was
I thought
cool.
that was
Yeah.
one of the greatest shows I've seen in a long, long time, Brendan. That was really inspiring. You did an incredible job there. And I was like, wow, very, very proud to have watched that and just be part of looking at that episode. It was awesome. Did you enjoy doing that?
Well, I mean, I think it's what it's all about is helping others. I mean, I love that show because we're just able to reach out and help others that are in need. I think we must have done that show for about 5 years. So we've done maybe
Okay.
25, 30, 40 versions of that hookup with different, hospitals and kids that were sick. And I love that show because it really was taking the lucky success that I've had, which is that's all it is, I guess, in retrospect, but then putting it to good use to make it a little bit better for others and help others and putting a positive light on collecting by helping others. I thought I love that show. I miss it. Jay Kosak, who does the Bronx Zoo, and I, we're working on some new concepts that we'll be bringing that idea back. We do a
Great.
show on the Gotham app called the Collectible Vault. Jake and I, and
Right.
we'll be doing those hookups. It's just when you get an opportunity, you have the blessing to be able to really do something to make a difference with someone. And that particular show was really earth shattering. Like you could feel it. You kind of get chills thinking about it. But there were a few other shows that were really moving and that I can't believe we were able to pull off. And I think, listen, the end of the day, it's why we're here, to help others and do as much as we can for as many people as we can. And I felt like
Yes.
that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing with that show.
And before the end or anything, I want to bring this up to you now because I want to invite you right now. On November 11th, we're doing a show we're saluting the troops, and they're going to be some amazing stories. We're gonna salute everyone, including cancer patients. As a matter of fact, I'm trying to get in touch with Sarah Lang because we would like to have her on and salute her with her fantastic journey. She's a great sports person. And so it's going to be from all ends of the world. We are getting a beautiful list of athletes, of former athletes, you name it. And a lot of people like Jason Michaels is going to be involved. It's going to be great. I'm working feverishly for it. And right now, personally, I like to invite you. If there's somebody you like to honor, or if you're part of something, we'd love for you to come on and spend a little time with us on that day.
That's a great idea. I love it. I'll be my best to do my best to be there.
That'd be great, Ray, because we have a couple of people on staff that have been in the Navy, in the service. And of course some of them went on to be security officers, and just, I want to do this because I feel they made the way for us to do what we love to do. And that is, if you love watching baseball, if you watch, anything, and it's about time that they get recognized and get recognized the right way. I don't care how long the show is. We're going to honor everybody we can. Names, if you have stories, if there's somebody you're proud of, we want to know about it. So I just wanted to let you know, and obviously 100% would love for you to come on. And if you have an idea, please let me know. I would really appreciate that.
That'd be great. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I love what you're doing. And listen, the sports world is a gift, and if you can use it to make a difference and take some of the following and emotion that goes into rooting for your favorite team and player and do some good to help others, that's what it's all about.
Well, that's what I love about our chat. We call it our Yankee family chat. And, we not only talk Yankee baseball, we talk life in general. We talk about, the feelings, how things are. And we try to break down everything we can. We did something in Madison Square Garden when we had 9/11. And the one thing that I take from that is I was able to help a lot of people that either lost a loved one or a friend, a friend of a friend or whatever, and they were shaken up. And just by that gave me the itch to come back to doing some broadcasting and helping people understand that there's more to life than just wanting to get sick because the Yankees are losing this game. There's a lot more. They're the ones that are number one in their eyes, to their family, to their kids. People see that, I'll just say, let's say an Aaron Judge. Okay, fine. But you're the superstar. Like Brendan, you're a star to your family, to your friends, and everyone. You're number one. And that comes first. When you close that TV, life goes on. Or when and that's what I love about this, because I have shows just to make sure that everybody's doing well. That's what I like to do. And I've done that for a long time. And people like you coming on only makes it that much better. And anytime, Brenda, you are definitely welcome here. Anytime you like. I mean, we're brothers. We've gone to the same school. I mean, come on.
It's amazing. Well, one thing I want to say is, by the way, my new company is different than Steiner. And we've been really blessed. I mean, people have been bringing me their collections. We are a collectible marketplace. And we have more items now than we did at Steiner. That's how many cards and collectibles we have. It's insane. And, we're very diligent about making sure that it's authentic and stuff's real. But also we're diligent in helping people that have big collections, don't know what to do with them, verifying, authenticating, and helping them liquidate. So I just wanted to put that out there. I just want
Yeah,
to
no,
thank
no.
if you're a Yankee fan out there, thank you for the support, and I really appreciate it. The fan base, particularly in New York, has just been incredible to me.
Yeah.
Loyal, just so supportive, and I can't say enough. And I just can't be grateful enough to, because everybody's got a lot of options. And there's a lot of different things you could do. But for the people to find their way back to me and stay with me through these processes of me building a new company is just, it's humbling. And so I thank everybody out there that are listening for being a fan and staying on Collectible Exchange and giving us a shot. Thank you.
Now, is there a location they could go, or is it through the chat? Where can people actually go and see all your collectibles, or do they go
Yeah, I
online?
mean, people come and visit. We're in Yonkers. We have an office and a warehouse, and you can set up a tour. And um, we don't have any brick and mortar at this point, but we have a pretty big warehouse with quite a bit of stuff in Yonkers, and we're growing. Um, if you have a message or an idea, DM me or go on LinkedIn and just send me a message. You can't, unfortunately, you have to follow me. I'm over the limit, but I'm on Instagram constantly. I was mentioning Jake on the Bronx Zoo, who's a really popular guy in Yankee World.
Hmm.
We do a whole bunch of stuff together. You see, we're constantly posting and putting videos up and everything else. So, we're easy to get to. And one last thing, if you're online tomorrow, we're doing a huge show. Matter of fact, John Starks is going to be on, but on Whatnot, there's a show will start at 8 o'clock. Follow Joe Hollywood. I do a show with
Joe.
him every other week. And this
Okay.
show we're going to be giving away thousands of dollars worth of stuff. It's unbelievable. So it's a
Really?
live streaming show that I do with Joe Hollywood. Go to Whatnot, get the app. You don't have to buy anything, but you can certainly have a great chance to win all kinds of products, prizes. It's a phenomenal show. We'll be going on for at least 4 or 5 hours, starting about 8 o'clock at night.
Okay. So where again? Because they came in. I heard a noise. Where exactly do they go now?
Well,
To
go to LinkedIn, or you want to follow me on Facebook, you get all the information where the show is, or go to Whatnot and follow Joe Hollywood.
Joe.
You follow me on Whatnot also, but tomorrow night show's at 8 o'clock. If you
Okay.
go to Collectible Exchange and get our emails, all the information gets emailed out, or go on my LinkedIn or Instagram and you'll get the information. But you got to follow this show. It's unbelievable. This guy's crazy, and the
I am going to
giveaway
put
is
the
what really
collectible.
the giveaway is what drew me to him, because he just loves giving stuff away, and we love just doing all kinds of crazy value propositions, and it's a fun show. So come on board, check out the Gotham app. Our collectible vault's amazing. I've been just doing a lot of new stuff, so very grateful to keep busy and keep rolling.
We will put this on NY Yankee Mania, your collectible chance outlet. Oh, 100%. Are you kidding? If I can be of any help, of course I want to do that. Well,
Well, thank you.
Yankee fans are number one in my book, that's for sure. Would you
A
mind
big week.
answering a couple of questions?
Sure. Big week for
Okay.
us. Big week.
So we have Sean from Jersey, and he asks, one day years ago, my dad was walking in the streets of Brooklyn and ran into Jackie Robinson. And Jackie Robinson was so nice to him, and he wrote his autograph on a regular like piece of paper, a brown piece of paper. He wants to know, do you think that's worth anything? It's in great shape.
Yes. What I would do is you get that autograph authenticated. So you would bring me that autograph, and I wish you told me last week, because we're going to be doing a big authentication thing on Wednesday. But anyway, you bring that autograph to me, I get it authenticated by an independent authenticator. You would then cut that piece of paper where he autographed it out. And usually I would frame that with a really, really nice Jackie Robinson photo. And you can get yourself, anywhere from a few $100s to even up to 1,000 or
Really?
more.
Okay. So,
Yeah. Hard to find good Jackie Robinson autographs. Yeah.
wow. Okay. Sean, thank you. Yeah, and he was just walking the streets, and they just came about it, and he texted me this morning that he's going to be able to watch this show later because of work. He works in a hospital, but he said, please, can you ask him for me? I really appreciate it. So thank you for that. Sean asks, what is your favorite part of collecting?
I think my favorite part of collecting is when I see parents with their children, sharing ideas and concepts and putting collections together. It's so hard to do things with your kids these days, particularly when they're younger. And when I see them collaborating, buying stuff together,
Yes.
teaching the kids the value of a dollar and how you could trade something in and maybe make a few bucks, or how you can buy something and lose a couple bucks. I think those lessons are incredibly, incredibly valuable. And I love that part of it. I love when parents come up here with their kids and the kids are excited and the parents are excited and they're buying stuff together. I love that.
This is from Teresa in our chat. She asked Brendan, welcome to the show. Thank you for coming on. I'd like to ask you, have you ever interviewed, maybe I missed it, have you ever interviewed people like Mariano Rivera and Derek Jeter?
Of course, if you go on YouTube and type in Brandon Steiner, I think you'll find several hundred interviews from just about every player you could think of, from Mike Tyson to Eli Manning to Mariano, several interviews with Jeter, a bunch of interviews with Mariano, Posada, Pettit. I mean, it's quite a bit.
Oh, Teresa, you'll be happy on that. So yeah, that answered your question. Kevin asks, do you do anything at all with the WWE?
I used to. I like the WWE. I love it. I mean, I've had my opportunities to work with them, but unfortunately, a competitor stepped in, and they would control that particular market. I haven't been able. Usually, I could still do some one-offs with some of the wrestlers. I haven't done that because I've just been so busy with XFL, University of Michigan, Live Golf, Savannah Bananas. I got my hands full
Oh,
with
wow.
platforms right now. And so going back to platforms that didn't choose me is not my favorite thing to do. But, I still love the WWE. I get what it's about. It's an incredibly big, popular thing that people love to entertain themselves with. I just, I just haven't gone that much in that direction.
We have, I'm going to bring this up to the screen. Dennis, avid viewer of ours. We have a discount for found a sweet Walter Payton picture signature on the site for $1,779. What can we do? What can you do for him at all?
If he emails me at brandonsteiner1981 at gmail.com, say you watch this show, I will get back to him right away with the best price we can do. So that's Brandon Steiner 1981 at gmail.com. And I will do the best I can with that item. And if you mention this show and you want to buy something this week, email me at that address and I will have somebody come back to you with a discount and a break.
Wow, that's awesome.
You got to
Thank you.
remember, people are sending us thousands of items, so everybody, with these, a lot of these items are not ours, so we have to always double check with the people who are giving us these items of how much room there is. So it's fascinating, but we have hundreds of thousands of items that have been sent into us, literally. And when you go on the site, it's now we have some of our own products that are on there as well, but it's mostly people that are out there, fans, collectors that are sending their stuff.
Now we have a question from Bob Rizzo. He's in our chat on the phone, and he asks, a lot of these people he notices on Messenger on Facebook about tickets, ripped tickets from any New York event or Madison Square Garden event. Do you think they're worth anything? Like he has a WrestleMania 2 tickets from the original WrestleMania, sitting about 8 rows in the front. Supposedly, is that worth anything in your mind?
Yes, I think they are worth something, particularly since it's WrestleMania 1. You do have to get those tickets graded. And if you send me a picture, which I gave you my email there, if you send me a picture of those two ticket stubs, I can give you a guesstimate of what the value is based on what kind of condition they're in. And then you probably need to get them graded to get the maximum amount of value. But a lot of people weren't collecting back on, the first one. So there's a
Right.
chance that there's not many of those around, and you may get a pretty penny on them. So I would definitely send me, email me a copy of the tickets, and I'll come back to you with what you should do. But you want to if you have a really unusual event you have the tickets from years ago, first thing you want to do is probably get them graded. But we can look them up and see how rare they are and what kind of value there is.
Now it's funny. My ex-girlfriend, we went to WrestleMania 3 in Mania in Detroit, Michigan, and actually when I heard about that, we left off okay, was whatever. So I called her, and she still has the 2 tickets to WrestleMania 3, and knowing her, it's in great condition. So it's Hogan Andre. Do you think that that's worth anything?
Yes, I do. Same thing. I would go look at those ticket stubs, see how rare they are. These things have a life their own. I think ticket stubs will be a lot more collectible, even more so than what they are now. But they are starting to heat up, and people are really into it because it's been a few years now since you can even get a ticket. They're not printing them
Yeah,
anymore. Yeah.
that's right. Another unique. Okay, so here's another one from Ava. Ava asks, "Thank you so much for coming on. I'm a very, very, very big Yankee fan. And when did you discover, Brendan, that you were a big Yankee fan? And do you think the Yankees have a shot to win the World Series?"
Well, I became a big Yankee fan when my father took me and I went to see Mickey Mantle, in a 20-night doubleheader. And there's nothing like going to Yankee Stadium and just
You and
takes
I
you
were
in.
at that game. My father took me to my first game then.
Yeah, it was amazing. And I went with my friends in the neighborhood. We get on the F train, all the way to Bronx and go to those bat days and those Sunday
Right.
doubleheaders. Nothing like it. Nobody did it like the Yankees did it. But yeah, I think the Yankees have a chance, particularly since the Dodgers seem to be in the same struggle. So you just don't know. Whoever gets hot these next 2 weeks, and I think the Yankees can get hot. The schedule
Yes.
favors them. But you can't take these teams, even though they're not that good, for granted. They're young players. They're looking at this. This is their World Series. You're going to play the Orioles twice, the White Sox. You've got to play them like Game 7 mentality. But they have the talent to get hot. I just think that they need to collaborate and get together. There's a lot of new faces. It's not easy, but I think that Brian Cashman did a great job in making some adjustments, strengthening up the bullpen. When you look at the position players, if everybody plays even a little better than what they've been playing, I mean, you're in the ALCS. I mean, I think that they're capable of beating anybody. So they're just trying to get on a roll. And baseball is tough, injuries, and it's a long season, but they have as good a chance, in my mind, as just about anybody. The only other team that I think could be that is really scary to me is the Phillies. I just think they've been really most consistent all year. They've played well. I think they're going to be tough to beat. But you never know. I just think, I think everybody in the East, we've seen them. I think you could be, we'll see what Detroit's like this week. But
Yeah.
I think whoever gets hot, I wouldn't count anybody out.
No, I wouldn't either. And in this 12 game stretch, I predicted the Yankees, when it's all said and done, will be 3 games over 500. That's my prediction. I hope it's better than that. I don't think it'll be worse. I think that if they don't get up for these games now, and I don't think they will. I mean, this is it. They got to show everybody, hey, when you leave the Yankees, Yankee Stadium, wherever the Yankees are, you got to know that they're going to be a force to reckon with. That's what the Yankees need to bring out right now, and I'm really hoping that happens. We have
So
an
I see Charles says he has a bunch of plaques like Sheffield, Matsui, Eli, 2 times.
yes,
All that stuff's valuable, and I would email me copies of that stuff, especially if you want to sell it. If not, I'll give you an idea of what it's worth. Those are all solid things. I think Gary Sheffield is very underrated. Great player, really much underrated. Eli's Eli, so Lord knows if you get bored with Eli, you'll be seeing him every Sunday. Nobody does more commercials, but it's super guy and definitely valuable. Probably on his way to the Hall of Fame, I'm sure, in the next couple of years.
now, you said about the plaques and stuff. I happen to have a plaque from the 1962 Yankee World Champion with the card and the team and everything, and it's in great shape. So I was actually gifted that from the same ex girlfriend, and it's a big reminder. And I'd like to maybe get rid of it. I was wondering if you thought that would be worth anything.
100%. I mean, any of those old, championship Yankee teams were great. Yeah, I mean, I think you got to get those things authenticated and organized, and that's what we do. People come to us with that stuff every week, and some of it works out much to a surprise to many. So, if you're sitting with some stuff, take it out from underneath your bed, get it out of your closet, and let's look at what you
Well,
have
I
and see
have
if we
it
can do
actually right.
something.
I have it right in back of me as a. I like if you could take a look at it, it'd be great. I think it's a nice piece. If you could see that.
Nice. Are those hand signed autographs on there?
Uh, no, it's the cards
Yeah.
and really the team and all.
Yeah, nice
That
piece. Not that valuable, probably under $100 or something like that. So you can give that back to the old girlfriend. Let her keep it.
yeah, that would be good, right? Oh man, I'm telling you. We have okay, so we have Dennis here. Let's see, Joe. Can you ask him? The super card market seems to be getting overproduced again. What
Yes.
market should a collector investor should be? What should we should be looking into at this point?
Well, he brings up a good point, Dennis. I've been saying this for the last 6 months, and I'll say it again today that, yeah, be careful. I mean, there's way overproduction of cards. And the good news, you have a much bigger market to absorb those cards than you did back in the 90s when we saw the last time there was tremendously overproduced amount of cards. But I would be careful. I think there is no real secret to what you should be collecting, but to me, collect your favorite players, collect potential players when they're young, and try to get rookie cards, try to pick up some old vintage type cards. But a lot of these cards, unfortunately, are not going to work out. They're not, and people are just buying them, and they're way overpaying. And unfortunately, when the music stops, it will not be a chair for them to sit.
Now, would that lead into the next question from Sean? I have a Babe Ruth baseball card from his Boston days.
No, that wouldn't lead into that. That's a card on special onto itself. And Sean, I like to see that card. Again, Brandon Steiner, 1981 at Gmail. People love Babe Ruth cards, especially if they're that old, like 100 years old. And that may be worth some pretty good money. I'm sure you know that, Sean. But if you're ready to part with that card, especially, reach out to me.
And he also said, how much would a Honus Wagner tobacco card be worth?
You know the answer to that question, Sean. So let's not be talking about stuff that we all can't afford. But there's only a few. There's only a few of those out there, and if you're lucky enough to have one of those, you're in that 7-figure category. But not too many of those around, and that's the holy grail. That and a mantle.
Wow. Well, everybody really, you're getting some great knowledge here, everyone, and who better than Mr. Number One Guru here? He is the best, and I'm not saying that because you're right in front of me, Brandon. You are, who you are. You are the best. We remember you from the Steiner day, the everything that you did, Steiner Sports and the Yes Network, and more to come, and hopefully. We would love for you to, anytime you want to come on here, you have something going, and we would really welcome you at any time, for sure. We really appreciate it. And how about so how you doing? Personally, everything going well? Family good? What's in the Steiner's world right now? Everything cool? Everything good?
Everything's amazing. We just picked up a several $1 million card collection with over 4 million cards. Business has just been incredible, as I mentioned, and so much support from fans, from particularly in the New York area, but all over the country.
Oh gosh,
Family's
that's
good. My healthy, feeling pretty good. I still think I got a little gas left in the tank, but I
oh, you got a lot of gas.
have a great team here. Some really good people that are helping me. I think I mentioned, Jake with the Bronx Zoo, and then I've got 3 or 4 former employees back from my Steiner days that have been right with me for the last almost 6 years now, building this thing up. Something just really happy these days with how things have turned out. Didn't love losing my name, the Steiner name, but it's a long story that not needed to get into because I think what I'm building now is just better.
Well,
Definitely more significant for the fan. Better for the fan. Yeah.
everybody knows you, Brendan. I mean, there's no like two ways about that. And
Well, thank you.
again, if you never need, you were promoting something, or you'd like to be, you like to do it, by all means, we're building something special here. Be honest with you, we started 6 months ago. And, I've done, like I said, I've done some radio in the past. I've done TV. I've done,
Great.
quite a bit.
Love it.
I actually worked with, if you remember in the business, Art Rush Jr.
Of course.
Right. So
I was on our Russ's show. I was on Dave Sims's show when he was back here in New York 35 years ago.
We also worked with Bruce Beck. So, I got out there. My claim to fame actually was an interview with George Steinbrenner. That was one of my claim to fame as a young man. So
that's great.
I'm very, but I've also followed you. I've always followed you. And it was like, I said, but I'm pretty sure that we were in the same class. And that was amazing. Spike Lee, honestly, I don't remember.
He was before us. That's why he was before us.
Yeah, I think he was. Yeah, he was definitely before us. But the teachers remember you, so they give a shout out to you also to say hello, and they're so happy how successful and how wonderful you are in the community. So you have to come back to us, Brendan. I really mean
let's
that.
do it. I love the show. Keep pounding away. And we'll keep talking about this. And if we give the fans a heads up, we do a What's It Worth segment so people can come on with what they have and I can tell them what the value is.
As long as you don't mind, because I don't want to put you out of the way. I want it to be, you're a special guest here. You're the star. And I don't want to put you in a situation.
That's all great. I love the fans and love anytime I can add some value and help them. So it's good. Love what you're doing. Love the show. And let's do it again. Let's catch up in a couple months for holidays. We'll give away some stuff. We'll have some fun.
Yes, and what I'd like to do is I'd like to send you the number so that we can stay in touch and all of that. And also if you could send an email if you can, when you can, to joeyankees28@gmail.com. And we can stay in touch like this, what's going on. And then maybe also have you on during the playoff picture as we get closer and closer. If that's something that you would do for us, I'd really appreciate that. Hope he's not. Did you hear that, Brendan? Okay, let's see. See. Okay, I think we lost. He froze. Wasn't on my end. Hopefully he'll come back, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. He is a tremendous guy. We thank him so much for coming on, and hopefully he'll come back to us. That's technology sometimes. You put something on and sometimes it freezes and all. We don't have any control on that, but what I can tell you guys, thank you, Michael, that this was a great interview, and we'll definitely have him on again. Appreciate that, everyone. So we'll wait a couple of minutes, see if he does come on, because I hated to have him go that way, but we really appreciate that he came on. He came on the show with us, and what great content and patience and letting us know what things are worth. And we'll do this again. No question about it. We'll definitely do it again. So I'd like to say to everybody, so at 6:15, we're going to please go to Ken the Ugly Truth's channel, as he'll have an open panel talking about the next great Yankee series against Detroit, and he'll talk. He'll go over a few things, and then at 8:00, please come back to us, and we will talk about, and we'll have like a little open panel, and we'll discuss a lot of different things leading up to this big 3-game series. With that in mind, everyone, again, in case you please subscribe to the channel. As you can see, we get great content like this. I really appreciate it. and a lot more to come. So when we come back at 8 o'clock, we'll talk more about what's coming up for the rest of the week. But we will see you at 8 p.m. Again, many thanks to Brendan Steiner for coming on and giving us just about a good 45 to 50 minutes of his time. And you're going to get a lot more of those guys. Remember, on Wednesday, we have Caterina Michio, the famous actress. She's a film director, and she also has about 8 awards and a great artist. And that's coming up at 4 o'clock on Wednesday. So we have a few other things cooking, and we'll discuss everything at 8 o'clock tonight. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. Great stream. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys as always. We'll see you at 8 p.m. Have your questions ready. If you guys want to come on, email us at joeyankees28@gmail.com, and we will put you. We will definitely schedule you to come on with us on our panel. We should have Chef Nick with us. We'll have Sean Browning. We'll have Evan, the play-by-play man, and who knows, some other surprises. So by all means, come back at 8 p.m. And thank you. Remember to check for subscriptions that you're all subscribed. I really appreciate it. And we are getting to the bottom of everything. And whatever happens, we will fix this all up and get back to normal ASAP. Let's get to the 500 subs, everyone. And we want to have a great stream where we give away 3 prizes. Thank you. You guys have a great night. And we will see you at 8 p.m. Have a great night. Thank you again. God bless you all. God bless America. Go Yankees. See you at 8 o'clock tonight, guys.